Okay, so today we started looking at different kinds of percent problems. All right, and we're going to see a whole bunch of them here coming up. But we just started looking at some basic ones today. Okay, so for example, we might ask you what is 82% of 350? All right, 82% of 350. Okay, and actually, we got a couple different ways we could tackle this problem. Okay, a couple different ways we could tackle this problem. Number one, we can recognize that the little word of means to multiply. Okay, so we can translate that to times. 350 comes after. Now, we can't use 82% because 82%, we need to change that into its decimal form, which again, we've talked 1, 2 places. So we would just use 0.82. Again, calculators are out, so we can go 0.82 times 350, and we would get 287. Okay, so that's one simple, straightforward approach to that problem. The other approach is we can tie in our proportions. A lot of us have become fans of proportions. We're going to use these a lot in class, especially as we go through this chapter. Okay, so we can build a proportion to help eliminate trying to figure out, okay, because this one was a multiply problem, but not all percent problems are going to be a multiplication. Okay, so what the proportion does is it eliminates the guesswork. We don't have to try and figure out what to do. We just have to get it built. Okay, and since we have a percent, we know that our percents are always out of 100. So our first ratio is always going to be our percent ratio. Okay, and then our second ratio is where we plug in our numbers. Okay, 350 represents a total here. So we want to put our totals on the bottom, and we can build a little proportion there for us to solve. Okay, so the proportion, as we mentioned, eliminates guesswork. We don't have to try and figure out whether we're supposed to be multiplying, whether we're supposed to be dividing. We just know, hey, percents are involved. I can build a proportion to get me going in the right direction. So we can cross multiply and then divide by the third number. So 350 times 82, divide by 100, and we end up with 287 as well. Okay, so that'll be the top half of your homework this evening. Once we get down to the bottom half, all right, we kind of set things up in story problem form. Okay, so you know they might all the words, big paragraph, but it might just be a simple question that says I make 35% of my free throws in gym class. Okay, I shot 25 times. How many did I make? Okay, so again, we may be presenting this in a story problem form. It's no different than this up here. Okay, this is just a little simple fragment. Now we got a whole paragraph. Same concept. Still, both approaches work. Okay, we got that little word of there, so we know we're multiplying again. 25, 35%. Again, we want to use our decimal form here. Okay. So on our calculators, we can just 0.35 times 25, and it says 8.75. Okay, so again, common sense here. Obviously, we can't make that many free throws, so we are going to round to 9. All right, squiggle equals means approximately. We're going to round to 9 free throws. Okay, again, we want to get in the habit of using proportions. Could help us down the road. Percents, always out of 100, so we got a percent ratio, and then we shot 25 total. We're trying to find our missing piece. 35 times 25 divided by 100 equals 8.75, so we want to round that to 9 free throws. All right, so again, that was your homework last night. Do the best you can on it, and bring any questions to class tomorrow. Have a good night.